Children of emotionally immature parents often reach adulthood without the internal tools needed to emotionally regulate because their feelings were not consistently regulated, mirrored, or safely contained throughout their childhood. Emotional regulation is something they must intentionally learn as an adult. It's not about becoming unemotional or calm on command, but it is about building the capacity to manage emotions without overwhelm or extreme discomfort, to learn to respond rather than being reactive. This is a process that happens in steps, each one strengthening the nervous system and the sense of self. The first step is developing emotional awareness, naming your feelings. I had a therapist that required we use a feelings wheel. It was this wheel that had like 50 feelings printed out on it. And she would say, fine is not a feeling. We had to get more descriptive, and it did legitimately help. Many adult children were conditioned to disconnect from their inner experience to avoid conflict, ridicule, or punishment. Learning regulation begins with slowing down enough to notice what is happening internally, to ask yourself questions like, what am I feeling right now? Where am I feeling it in my body? Naming the emotion, anger, sadness, fear, or shame, helps organize experience and creates distance between the self and the feeling, which can reduce emotional flooding. The second step is to learn to stay present with your emotions without trying to escape them. Children of emotionally immature parents learned that emotions were emergencies, either theirs or their parents'. So the nervous system defaults to avoidance, dissociation, or intrusive thoughts. Regulation involves grounding in the present moment through breath, physical sensation, and the environment itself while the emotion is happening. Staying present teaches the nervous system that emotions rise and fall without destroying safety or connection. Another step is building body regulation skills. Emotions are physiological events before they are thoughts, yet most adult children live entirely in their heads. Learning to notice tension, breath patterns, heart rate, or agitation allows earlier intervention. Simple practices, slowing your breathing, relaxing the jaw, digging your feet into the floor, signal safety for the nervous system and prevent emotions from escalating into reactive behavior. I find I can handle criticism better if I look at the floor or away from the person and not make eye contact with them at the time. If I make eye contact, it's like I want to emotionally react and justify. That's gotten better with time. The fourth step is changing the relationship with emotions themselves. Emotionally immature parents often frame feelings as inconvenient, dramatic, or dangerous, which leaves adult children judging themselves for having them. Regulation requires allowing emotions without shaming, suppressing, or acting them out. Emotions are information. They're not commands. They are information about the state of your inner world. You can feel something strongly without needing to fix it, explain it, or discharge it onto someone else. Another step is developing an internal source of soothing or guidance. Because external regulation was inconsistent or absent in childhood, adult children must learn to provide it internally. And this means cultivating an inner voice that responds with validation and steadiness, compassion, rather than criticism or panic. Statements like, "This is hard, I can handle this," help replace the internalized chaos from the parent with stable inner presence. Another important step is practicing regulation in relationships. Emotional regulation is not learned in isolation. It is strengthened through safe connection. This includes learning to pause before reacting, expressing feelings in measured ways, and tolerating discomfort without attacking or collapsing. Each regulated interaction builds evidence that emotions do not have to destroy relationships. Emotional regulation becomes sustainable through consistency and patience. Adult children often expect themselves to master regulation quickly, but this mirrors unrealistic demands placed on them when they were growing up. It took a long time to get here, and healing is a process that we don't fully ever really finish. We just learn how to better handle life and integrate our experiences in a healthy way. Regulation is built through repetition, self-compassion, and repair when mistakes happen. Over time, these steps rewire the nervous system, allowing emotions to flow naturally, while the self remains intact, grounded, and in control. Have a good day.